What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Right, okay, we're gonna run one of my favorite builds in the game today. It's not one you see very often, but I absolutely love it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. So we're going to talk about the harvest. So the harvest event did not go smoothly. You could do all of the projects, but if you ended up with a harvest with damage target out to cover in the end, who knows? Because we could repeat the final project in the mooncake event, but that was it. We couldn't farm it from the hoarder like we were able to, and it looks like that's probably not coming back maybe now until the winter event. I guess they'll bring the hoarder back then, and obviously at that point you would hope that he drops the harvest. Now the reason I'm doing a video on this is if we have a look at this screenshot just here, I'm not so sure how well you can actually see it, but I'll read it out anyway. The harvest currently gets put, as the most damaged pistol in the game. The D58 was up there, forever, 220956. But then the harvest came in at 228, which, yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then with the TU22 update, this is the latest patch notes that we've got so far for PTS Phase 2. Although they have kind of, gone back on the D50 a little bit. Well, though they haven't really. They haven't gone back on the D50 at all. They've kept it at 189, and everything else got a buff. The harvest slots in, and the harvest is getting a buff to 256,545. And if you look at the Magnum, it's kind of its counterpart. That's getting a buff, but there's still a significant difference between them. So the harvest, a pistol that is not readily and easily available to everybody, is probably going to end up being best in slots. And let's take a look at how that looks in the game right now. This is the live build. This isn't the PTS. This is how it looks in the game right now. And if we go into this gun now, the harvest, you can see the base damage here is 228.5, and if I flip back over, you can see here 228.5. So what's crazy with this is, yeah, all right, it's not as powerful as a Regulus. If you're good at, playing headhunter type builds, the Regulus is definitely going to be the way to go still. You can see here that the Regulus base damage is 282, and if we look here, the Regulus will still win. And that's not saying, if the Regulus is getting a buff also. Is the Regulus getting a buff? Let's have a look. It should be in here. The Regulus. The Ravenous. No, the Regulus is not in the list. No, the Regulus is not in the list. So the Regulus will probably stay the same. I don't think it will change, but I guess we'll see, right? 282.1. It has a different set of base damage than everything else. Or is it based on the police gun? Back to pistol. You trade the pistol in for it, don't you? So SMG pistols. So yeah, so you do trade the pistol in for it. But I mean, my Regulus has got a boost because of my expertise. 282.1. Let me just check. Alright, so yeah, that is going to be interesting because the Regulus in the game right now, its base damage is 282,072. So it will still be at the top, but not by much. The harvest will be right up there. So yeah, very interesting, and it doesn't seem to be getting a buff either. So that is going to be super interesting. Now you can look here, you can see in my harvest here, the 228, and what is crazy is if I flip down to the profit, you can see that the base damage is quite significantly lower. And what's crazy about these two, now we'll talk about Determined just very quickly here. It doesn't look like Determined's getting any changes come the next major patch. They've talked about it a bunch. They're saying it's kind of working as intended, and no matter how many times people ask about it, it seems that it's going to stay as it is. Now, Perfect Determined actually works as you would think it would do. You can lose the bonus very easily if you don't. So I can show you here. So start getting some, you can see I get some buffs there. But then when you shoot the body, it kind of goes, right? And if I change this to easy bad guys, so for instance, this one here, you can see. No, but I lost the headhunter bonus with that body shot right then, as you would expect. So watch headhunter now. Killed it, but I lost the bonus. Now, if I flip over to my D50, which is what you would, we would kind of use with determined right now. Get myself some. There we go, and then I can't quite. Well, it's unnamed. That's why. Can't cap him in the range. Although I might be able to cap him outside. But we'll just put it on something where we can see what's going on. So with the D50. So yeah, and then we'll cap him again. So we can't quite cap him in here. But we can cap, maybe if we get that buff up. Yeah, there we go. So we can cap at max buff. And you can see the kind of damage that it's doing there. Got an easier to read number than the blue. No, so 1-3. So like 13 million that's doing there. 13.2 million. And that has got no expertise on that D50 whatsoever. Now, we obviously know that I can't then keep that up with the profit. The profit's just not going to be as good. So the question is, though, can we keep it up with the harvest? And it's just so much easier with the harvest due to its extra power buff. And I have got no expertise in here now, and I'm just cracking out 14.2 million there with no expertise in that gun whatsoever. This thing is an absolute beast, and the reload's not even that bad. Look how quick that reload was. Like, that is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little bit sleazy here. I'm going to go to this here. We're going to go to pistols. And we're going to go to the harvest. And I'm going to crank it up a few levels. Now, normally I would crank this up really, really far. But what I'll do is I'm going to crank it up to like level 10 or 11, wherever it starts needing exotic components, and I'm not going to spend any exotic components on it because I feel that's fair at that point. Anyone can get to that expertise pretty easily and doesn't need any exotic components either. And then what we're doing to do is I'm going to show you how bad I am with Headhunter's Fury, and we're going to go and run it and see how it feels. But what is crazy is look at the damage number keep pumping. 560 on this one. Yep, 562. We've got another one in us. 564 before we, and I've got 111 exotic components. Let's make it unlucky for some. Oh, I can't have it on unlucky for some though. Superstitious. Alright, there we go. That's enough. We got to 14, 569 with 6 in the magazine. The D50 has 8 in the magazine, so there is that to take into account. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you've not already. All the likes, the comments, anything helps with engagement. I really appreciate everyone that does do that for me. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're not going to do it on normal. That would be not worth anything. We're not going to run it on invaded because they take too long to come down. Now I have got the big shield on, and I will run through all the stats as well in just a second for what I'm using. I just feel like this is going to be insane. I feel like they've just kind of thrown in a hugely rewarding weapon. That he can't. There we had a reload. Ow, bro! Let me get it going. Look, the actual Hunter's Fury is causing me jip. There we go. Now we know it. We've not played it for a while. Let me get going. Language. Nope, not really. I mean, I've not played it for a while, but the minute you start, you know, getting into that groove, Headhunter's Fury is so good. I mean, a lot of you guys will be way better at running it than me. Am I going to lose the bonus or am I going to get there in time? Keep the bonus. Got plenty of time to reload. These guys don't want to come out. I missed him point blank. I mean, I shot him from shooting the backpack. That was insane. 15.1 million there as well. Like, if you're good at John Wicking, this is definitely, like, you know, the place to be. Like, and don't forget, I only pumped it up to what, 14% or 12%. Yeah, this is wild. So I can't. I didn't have enough damage to shoot his head. I was hoping I'd be able to shoot his body once and pop it, but I guess not. That did the job though. Yeah, I mean, you just use Hunter's Fury to your advantage there and go wild. Like, obviously, yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm gonna leave it all in, and I'm not gonna make it like a wonder build. Like, you guys can just play it better than me. I went down, but yeah, I mean, there is a lot of damage, and this thing just makes the one-shot thing better. What's crazy is this is better than the named version by an absolute mile. It absolutely kills the Prophet. Absolutely kills the Prophet. Because it has, you know, it has a faster RPM and it has that damage boost that they gave it. Because when we looked at the patch notes for this, which I've just pulled up on Reddit now very quickly, we thought this was going to be a talent, and it's not. They increased the weapon damage by 20% and decreased the rate of fire by 18%. So they just basically made the Police Magnum like way better just in this variant for some reason. So yeah, this pumped up with a whole bunch of expertise in it. Wild. Absolutely wild. And yeah, if you've got one, especially if you've got one with damage target out to cover, G's. You could put, I mean, if you got one with headshot, that would work also, but you really want to be able to rock the talent to be whatever you want. Right, so let's go over the build. So let's go into the stats first of all. You can see I'm at 170% headshot damage. Use whatever guns you want here. I could have switched out to the M700 to be honest to help kill the boss, but I'm just too lazy. Then at the backpack, I'm using the gift, but it could just be Providence if you wanted to, because we want the 15% headshot damage, headshot, weapon handling, headshot, and perfect vigilance for 25% weapon damage. Then with the chest piece, the chain killer, it could be the HG chest if you wanted it to be as well. That would do really well here too if you're lucky enough to have an all red version. With Headhunter or Chain Killer, the Walker Harris version, giving us 5% weapon damage, headshot, weapon handling, headshot with perfect Headhunter, and we're getting the full bonus because we are way over for the requirements. And then it's just 4-piece Hunter's Fury, right, for the headshot damage. And you've got to play up close and personal for the massive bust, but because you get play up close and personal, they get disorientated, and it just kind of all plays in together. Headshot damage, headshot damage, headshot damage. If you're better than me, you can probably play without the shield. You could perhaps think about using Gunner and putting the Banshee pulse on if you're better than me, or you can play it slow like me and get the extra stability from using the TAC 50 and use the big shield with the Reviver Hive. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. This was too long already, but yeah, the harvest is wild. Let me know down below if you managed to get one with damage target out of cover. Let's hope it comes back very, very soon. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.